Hey everybody, I just want to thank you for taking part in this event to support 22Q. I also want to thank Ashley and just shout out to her for being a real life Wonder Woman and super mom. She's really incredible. I watch her journey mostly over Facebook because there's a little bit of distance between us. But we always have a sisterhood because we have children with 22Q. There's a quote on the wall behind me that says, "To the whole world you may be one person, but to one person you may be the whole world." And that quote is really something that signifies a shift in my life when I had Chesney. We got her diagnosis when she was about a couple weeks old. We were in the hospital in congestive heart failure and didn't know anything was wrong with her when I had her. And then we were immediately sent to another hospital and then another hospital and ended up at Le Bonheur in Memphis, where eventually we were diagnosed with 22Q. So we immediately went into not denial, but secrecy. Don't tell anybody. Maybe they won't notice. We don't want them to look at her different. It's really just been a roller coaster journey of emotions for us as parents. And then it became apparent that secrecy was not an option. And we began to worry if she would talk, if she would eat, if she would live, if she would go to the prom, if she would go to school. Will she have a husband? Can she have a job? The future is so uncertain. So the early years were just medical. It was trying to survive. It was medical after medical after medical. And there is nothing like staying in a children's hospital that will change your perspective on life forever. I went home with my baby. I saw people that did not go home with their babies. So those early years were fraught with, what can she do? What will we be able to do? Is she going to be healthy? What's life going to look like for her? And then the years start unfolding, and then you start realizing there's learning disabilities. And the learning disabilities really are a huge challenge. And you'll do anything to help your child learn. But when they have a learning disability, sometimes they just can't learn in certain ways or get certain things, and it's incredibly frustrating. So we have a community that helps us, tutors and teachers, and she has done amazing, but it's not easy for her. She works quadruple time compared to everybody else, and thankfully she does it. She just does it. She can't understand numbers, and when you don't understand numbers, you don't understand money, change, time, elapsed time, calendar, temperature. It's a huge thing. So for her to, she's almost 17 now, for her to know if it's going to be hot or cold tomorrow, she has to memorize that 70 feels good. And then it's hard to figure out if another number is higher or lower than 70. It's just a lot of memorization to make a simple assumption of something like the weather. And so when she's with other people now and they realize, she'll say today or tomorrow or one day or an hour, or can't figure out her money, it becomes apparent she has special needs. So that has been the journey after the initial medical trials, is figuring out what she knows and what she doesn't know, and how to teach her, and trying to keep her on track. One of my goals for her is to have a regular education diploma, and then figure out what she wants to do when she gets out of this very stressful time of life in which you're expected to fit into a box that you don't fit into because you're different. It's very stressful, and I'll be so thankful when she can be who she actually is. So we thought we were we always go to the doctor. There's always something. But in 2020, we had a major issue come up, and she had 2 brain surgeries. And that was more difficult than when she was a baby, because we're dealing with her emotions. She's suffering PTSD from them putting the mask on her face and taking her away from us, when the anesthesia takes them away. I have PTSD from it too. I was in the floor crying. She was screaming. It was bad. So we're in counseling for that, among other things. She's very sweet, and she's always checking on people at school, and in high school, kids just want to be left alone, and she gets cussed out a lot, and it hurts her. So there's the social aspect, the medical aspect, the intellectual aspect. It's like a lot of little things, and every kid that has it is different. But I'll tell you this. Would I take this away from her? Heck yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. But the journey has made me such a better person, and my whole family, her brother, her sister, my husband. We are different people because of her. My whole life has taken a different trajectory because of her. And when you stay in a children's hospital, if I told you the story of her brain surgery, and I'll attach a few pictures at the end of this video, you would think, man, that's really tough. You guys have had a tough time. Well, when you stay there in the hospital, you don't feel anything but blessed. Man, there are people all over having a tough time. And it makes we appreciate. I remember she was like 10 years old when she learned to ride a bike. It was as if they were handing her the Olympic gold medal. We were like off the charts, crazy excited. That didn't happen when my first daughter learned to ride a bike. We're like, yay. You just appreciate those landmark milestones. They come later, but without great struggles, you just see miracles when you have great struggles, and we see miracle after miracle with her. She is in an inclusion classroom on grade level, doing amazing with a lot of extra help and a lot of extra work. I do see a lot of potential for her future. She said she might want to be a party planner. She might want to do nails. She's tired of school, I can tell you that. I don't know if that might come later down the road. I don't know if she'll live completely independently ever, but she has a support system to help her. And when people like you guys get together and do something like this, it just really matters. It's like we count, and I just want to say thank you for it. And I'm going to attach a few pictures. Chesney's actually going to be 17 on February 22nd, and that's her birthday. And I'll attach a few pictures so you guys can have a look at her. She thought about making a video for you guys, and at the last minute she got super nervous about it, but I want you to see her, and I want to say thank you.